Hello World Doll Day friends. This is Michael Canados with the Grovian Doll Museum and Carmel Doll Shop. Right now we are in the great state of Florida and we are visiting the collection of Julie Blewis. Those of you that don't know Julie, she is a collector extraordinaire and you are in for a treat. So we're going to invite you in to one of her galleries and be prepared. This is spectacular. So I'm going to invite you all in and we're going to give you a little overview of what we're going to see, and brace yourself for many, many fabulous faces. So we're going to start at the beginning, although it's not the beginning of Julie's origin as a collector. And when I think of Julie, I think of someone who is really all about character dolls, meaning dolls with lifelike characteristics, happy, sad, angry, joyful, all of that. But when you come into this gallery, you're greeted by fantastic, beautiful bébés. So we have a great assortment here, and we have 4 shelves. So we're going to take a doll from each shelf and have a look at ones that I think maybe in World Doll Day group we haven't discussed in the past. And we will go in deep and show you some of Julie's treasures. So the first doll we've pulled out of the cabinet is on the bottom shelf. And I thought that this is a wonderful opportunity for all of you to see the Bébé Gourmont. And this is a very early brew product. And we've shown you Tétors, which are the drinking dolls. And this is actually the eating doll. So you can see here, we have an open mouth and there's a little retractable tongue, and you would have special biscuits if you were a little girl in 1875, and you would feed your doll these little pellets, I guess we could call them, or biscuits, and they would go through a tube and then come out the bottom of the foot. I'm not going to turn her over to show you, but the feet are open so that you can remove the food products. In actuality, the dolls are extremely rare, and the actual shoe, which have, I'm not going to open it, but you can see it would flap open, and that way you could remove the food product. Basically, it's the same head as the Tétor, with just a little wider opening of a mouth. And then it has a body that is, there's no gussets. It's straight up and down because the tube has to go through it. But if you collect brew dolls, this is really a brew bébés particularly. This would be one of the rarest of that type. You can see she has brown eyes, but they also came in blue. And I don't think that there's probably 10 of these in the world that have survived, because you can just think about the how irresistible it would be to put give her yogurt or some kind of food and then ruin the whole doll, and then they would get thrown out. But she's dressed as a little girl, but technically I would say that this is a baby doll. So this is one of, Julie has all kinds of wonderful things, and we will go shortly to the next shelf. So we're back, and I have made my selection from shelf number 2 in the entry. And this is totally my choice. Not only does it have an adorable original costume, this is a Jules Steiner, perhaps one of their rarest dolls. Not the rarest, but one of the rarest. And this is a Series G. And in our career, which is now going on close to 40 years, I think we've maybe had 2 of these. So this is in our top 10 of classic bébés, the things that you could say that are the rarest. Now, it doesn't have any particularly remarkable body. It's the classic claw hand Steiner body, which are always very lightweight. But one of the things that I want to point out that is really unique on the G series is the lip. And there's always this little indentation on the lip. And that's, when you're looking at dolls from across the room, that's the thing to look for, because it does have a slight resemblance to a C, but not really, and it looks a little bit like an A, but not really. But the really telltale sign is the mouth. It's very unique. So I want to show you the whole doll. And I should point out that Steiners are always pressed bisque. So you're going to see, you know, it'll be fairly sharp in the mold. Comes with blue eyes and brown eyes. The G, as far as I know, never had levers, but I could be wrong. Maybe someone out there has one with a lever eye. And those of you that don't know what a lever eye, it's a little handle that opens and closes the eyes. Again, classic Steiner shadowing over the eyes. Not all dolls have this, but most of them do. And what I think is very interesting in the Julie Bluis collection is this is kind of almost cabinet size. And since she loves fabulous faces, the bigger the dolls are, the more fabulous the faces. But when it comes to a G, you kind of have to grab what you can when you have the opportunity. So we're going to go to the next shelf and see what treasures we pull from there. All right, now we have a top shelf doll. It was not easy for me to choose because there is quite a selection of the Casimir Bru surprise dolls. And those of you that don't know what a surprise doll is, well, I'm about to show you. So we have happy and we have sad. Now, angry. Or angry, yes. And I think that Julie has this out because she loves character and sculpture. And this is just got everything that a person that wants a character doll has going for it. Now, this is actually for one of these. It's actually a nice medium size. They come very small and they come really large. So this is a kind of unusual medium. And I'm going to hold her up so you can see the incredible modeling in the mouth and the tongue and the little practically baby teeth. They're not fully developed teeth. And the modeling around the eyes is just really exceptional. And it's very highly colored. That was not the style of the time, but this is meant to be someone who's really, really mad. And you can see that would be the normal coloring. And if Julie were here, I would get her to tell you that if she had a preference between painted eyes and glass eyes, it would be painted eyes. That would be her preference. And that is also showing a lot of artistry. The doll has, oops, get her hair under control, has a classic Bru early body, gusseted at the knees, classic Bru hands that would go on to, later on, go on to the Bru jeune. But these are, again, very highly sought after because they're some of the earliest, really some of the earliest extreme character dolls in the French bébé lines. So we've done that whole case of my picks. Now there are other things in there that we're going to be looking at a little bit later. So we will be back. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button.